getting a good 30 minutes, 35 minutes of biceps and triceps. Let's get to it. I'm actually going to start out with the tricep extensions because you need a little bit more of a warm up in the elbows, to do the tricep work than you do the bicep work. Weenie weights. Start off with stuff that's really light. So we're trying to turn them over this way at the bottom. Turn them as I go. And my elbows are like relaxed. I'm not trying to keep them in real tight. I'm just letting them go. I am letting them stretch back behind my head a little bit. But the reason you don't want to really like try to keep them in super tight because you end up kind of overstressing the elbow. Try to let those weights go. Let them hit the pad back here. Elbows up high. Stretch is kind of part of it. Really flex. Flex your way out of it. Flex your way through it. Flex, flex, flex. Squeeze them. And you want to keep them like here, because if you go to here, there's nothing. So keep that tension on and keep them up. Flex through it. Squeeze them. Weights are really light, but you're still able to get a lot out of it. Moving over to the preacher. We will try a straight bar with the preacher curl. And I have not done anything like this in a long time, so not going to try to be heroic. I'm going to start really light. Start with a 30 pounder. The only form of preacher curl I've done in a long time is we have a machine at the gym at SuperTraining that I've been using that works this way a little bit, but a barbell is way different, and this plus is a straight bar. So this is going to be quite a bit different. So start with something light. I like personally with my elbows on this exercise, you can see how my forearms are on here, right? And it's not just my elbows. So sometimes you see people way down here and they have their elbows kind of stretched here, which is okay. But if you're way up here and you're jiu-jitsuing your elbows, like that starts to be a little bit, to me that's a little too tense. So I'd rather come up a little bit and get off of that elbow joint a little bit. Like don't let the elbow joint get into a lock where your elbow is like beyond even being locked out. Hopefully you kind of know what I'm talking about here. So I'm going to start here and go with a closer grip. Do a couple reps. Another thing you can do, a little pro tip on the preacher curl is once you're here like this is kind of like fully contracted. I can't really contract any further. But if I wanted just to put more tension on here, all I got to do is this. Lift my upper body up. And now there's tons of tension on there. Or even if I just release down a little bit and pause and then try to come up over top of it, you can see it makes you strain a little bit more. Try to go a little wider. We'll go about the width of the thingy down there. See how that feels. Squeeze it, maybe get over top of it a little bit. Felt really good. Woo. More lifting for this kid in the last couple days than he's done in his whole lifetime.
Were you using fat grips?
Yeah, I use the fatty grips, yep. This guy likes to play hard to get. I mean, he likes to play dumb. I like to get this set up first, so I'm going to set the weight down here and then I'm going to do my triceps. That way this is ready to go. So we both did one set. We're probably going to stick through about 3 or 4 sets of this, depending on how it feels, depending on what we get out of it. So, set number 1, I started out with really light weights. Now we're going to bump up a little bit, and we might bump up for a few more sets, but we'll just kind of see how it feels. We want to train the arms heavy. Not enough people train them heavy enough. Notice on this exercise too, I'm not sitting down, I'm way up here. Hips are way up here. So I really want to be trying to hang over the top of the bench. And you can just get your neck kind of right in a spot where your neck is being held up by the pad. Now we're going to come back, get a stretch, come back up. Wow, it's getting my grip too because these handles are fat. So it's getting the forearms a lot too. All right, here we go. Wider. First set. This gym, has a lot of machines, but don't let the machines fool you. The machines are great because they'll help guarantee good workouts because you're in a fixed position, but still the king is always going to be iron, the weights. Flex the triceps real hard in between set. Easy way to do it is just to kick them back like this. Bend down and get your body close to the ground. Try to get them to fill up with blood. So here we go, another set. We've been starting in close and going out wide. 6 to 8 reps here, 6 to 8 reps there. Up. Feeling good. I'm gonna go through this one more round. I'm just judging it by how it feels. That felt like that's kind of my limit in terms of the amount of weights I selected. But like one more set with those weights would be right on the money. Gonna add a little more weight here. Sometimes when you're training your arms, I think people think that you always have to do high reps, set to 12, set to 15. Well, that doesn't really make any sense, right? Because for our legs and for our back and for deadlifts, bench press, squats, we utilize lower reps a lot of times, and it helps us to gain strength, which in the long run helps us gain size. All this is about is like improving your overall fitness levels every time. If you think of strength as being one fitness component, the stronger you are, the easier it will be to move submaximal loads, because the weight will go from being maximal to submaximal literally by you just getting stronger. All right, last set of biceps here. We got a little bit more weight. Should be a nice battle here. One more. Squeeze it. Get over top of it. Hold it. We're going to move into doing some close grip right here. I've not done a close grip bench on a Smith machine in a very long time, but I'm not really overly concerned on what exercise it is. I just need an exercise to work my arms, work my triceps. And so this is a good option just because the way things are set up here. We're gonna do a reverse curl right here. We'll go back and forth in between. We'll just go feet in the air on this. That way it makes it a little more difficult and puts more emphasis on the arms. Holy shit. I said that was going to be easy. That was like impossible. That was killer. Oh. Take a couple deep breaths. Concentrate. I still want to get another good set in. If I'm being honest, the last set, for whatever reason, was actually fairly difficult. So I'm going to have to muster up some energy to make sure I get my reps in here. Sometimes certain movements will be harder, certain movements will be easier, certain movements will have your heart rate up higher, certain ones will have your heart rate down lower. Like the other day when I was doing lateral raises, I just noticed that I think due to the speed of like a lateral raise, it'll keep your heart rate up higher. The other thing that will keep your heart rate up more and also make more metabolic sense from a standpoint of burning calories is single leg, single arm movements. Standing, anytime you can stand rather than sit, and anytime you can do one arm instead of doing two at the same time, you're not always better off, but it's a good option in terms of trying to burn more calories. You could also look at it from a standpoint that that's not necessarily 100% true, because when you use two legs or you use both arms, you're going to be able to use more weight, right? So you'd be able to have more output. But the point is on the easier exercises, the supplemental exercises, the assistance movements, it would be great to try to do single arm and single leg whenever applicable, because just a wide variety of benefits that you get. One, just being a little extra calorie burning. The other part that I like is you get to train some muscles and you get to train some coordination that you may not have been able to train otherwise. Points on the scoreboard every day. Every single day is an opportunity to get a little bit better. You don't need to be demoralized. You don't need to be overwhelmed. A really popular person is Elon Musk, and he wears a shirt that says Occupy Mars on it. I like that concept, Occupy Mars. That's really cool, and I think that that's a great mission, but it's a great mission for all of mankind. But what's the greatest mission that you can go on yourself? I'm gonna make some shirts that say, occupy your mind, because that's what we need to land on first. I don't think enough people have explored that. And I don't think enough people have looked into their own mind. Meanwhile, they're seeking for stuff outside themselves, when everything you need is right on the inside. It's right here in the gym. It's right here with your physical and mental disciplines to yourself each and every single day. This is your job as a human being, is to come here and throw the fuck down. Show people what you're made out of. You're made out of something different than everybody else. You've got a little extra oomph in you. Woo. When I say that you're made of something different, it's a mindset. Because you're not literally made of something different. You're actually made up of all the same shit. And that's something for you to think about as well. Maybe you admire an Elon Musk. Maybe you admire a Jeff Bezos. Maybe you admire Joe Rogan. You got all the same components that they had. You got all the same, they don't have an extra amygdala, or they don't have an extra whatever hell are some other parts of the brain that are called, that have different names. They don't have an extra thing over top of you. It's just that one way or another, over a period of time, they're able to build up enough confidence that allowed their mind to take over their body and say, hey, listen, this is what we got to do every day if we want to get better. And it's a fight out there for everybody. Doesn't matter who it is. We have so many more similarities between each other than we do differences. And there's so many common things for us to fight in this world when it comes to hate, when it comes to physical abuse against children, sexual abuse, sexual harassment, racism. All these things are for us to all battle against, to come together and to form our own opinions and have our own values of it. You're gonna only be as big as the things that trigger you. Something triggers you, you're right back down to everybody else's level. You're not made out of something different. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't even matter if somebody's wrong. If you get triggered and you have an irrational response to something that was irrational in the first place, you're still acting irrational. We need to find better ways, we need to find better solutions, and in my opinion, it comes from here. Exploring what's inside your body. What do you have within? What's on the inside? Occupy your mind. Let's forget about going to Mars for a minute. Let's forget about what's in the clouds and what's in the stars. I'm down with that, but right now at this time, people are damaged. People are getting the shit beat out of them. And I don't think that going to Mars would help, because you can go wherever you want. But if you're not okay in your mind, then you're not going to be okay no matter where the fuck you are, even if you're not on this planet. See what I can do with a little bit of rest? Look at that. Pow. Still coming in here excited every single time, like it's my first day. I'm too dumb to know any better. That's it for that circuit. I'll do one more thing, probably like sort of tricep push down, get a little more blood in the triceps. All right, we're gonna finish up with some triceps. We're gonna do some tricep push downs, try to handle a good amount of weight, hit up a drop set here. It's super easy to do a drop set on, a piece like this. And we're gonna combine that with some what's called the Zotman curl. So we're gonna curl them this way and then bring them back down this way and turn them over. Woo. Try to do a couple out wider. Soft knees helps a lot. Now I'll just turn it into some hammer curls. When it comes to these sets like this, if I take a lot of rest, it's super easy to recover from it. And I have to just continue to use more and more weight and be more diverse with what I'm trying to do. But if I just hammer it, get right back into it, then I don't need to add much weight to make it any harder. Get a little mad, get a little pissed off, lean into it. Who wronged you in your life? Who told you that you couldn't do it? Where are they at now? Bury those motherfuckers. This is where you do it, right here. Bury yourself, bury your former self. Here's your opportunity. Here's your chance to be better than you were yesterday. Keep pushing, push the pace. A lot of your hormones are gonna change for the positive. Get in good short kick-ass bursts in the gym. You'll build growth hormone levels. You won't antagonize a lot of the negative hormones in your body, like your cortisol, as much. If you shotgun your training, get in there, blast the shit out of it, get smooth, effective exercises that you get a lot out of, and then get the hell out of there. Not a lot of wasted movement. Remember what they say about pain. Pain is just weakness leaving your body, right? We just try to internalize some of the things that we go through in our day-to-day. Try to internalize the things that you're going through in the gym. Things in the gym, they need to have, you need to have stimulation. So there needs to be some discomfort, but pain is not really part of what we're trying to do here. It may feel like pain when you do a high level set of squats or leg extensions, because you got a lot of blood flow through the legs, but really that's just your body saying, hey, I think this area worked a lot and we need to figure out how to get blood through there, and through that process it just doesn't feel so great. But if we work on replacing our feelings with facts, that's just a biological process that your body's going through to advance and to be better than it was yesterday, to improve through that level of stimulation. If we think about our day-to-day, think about somebody wronged us, maybe we were just really screwed up really bad ourselves, we need to go and apologize to somebody or whatever. I want you to understand, these are all pivot points to get stronger off of. These are all opportunities. Kind of for every slip up that you have, you can view it as a good learning tool rather than thinking of it as an L. Rather than thinking about that L standing for losing, take that L and have it stand for learning. So there's only wins and learning. I mean, that's what losers would say, right? That's what it sounds like. You know what I'm saying though, like, is you want to take the opportunities in life where maybe you've been made fun of, maybe you've been shortchanged, second guessed, maybe you've been kind of the underdog, and you want to place some good value assignment to that, and you want to say, you know what, I can do better, I just need to learn more about this. When you learn more about it, the options are unlimited. Knowledge is going to be our key out of everything. That's why earlier I said occupy your mind. That's what I think all of us need to work on. I cannot change how you feel about me. I cannot change how you feel about politics. I cannot change how you feel about the gym, how you feel about your own health, how you feel about fitness, diabetes, heart disease. I can't do any of it. All I can do is try to help myself, and by helping myself, and when I'm better off, then I become stronger, and maybe through me being stronger and me being able to convey a better message with more knowledge, then maybe I'm able to impact and influence some other people. Strength is never a weakness, weakness is never a strength. Catch you guys later.